What's good, everybody? You already know what it is. It's your boy. You already know before we get into anything. Appreciate y'all rocking with me and checking me out. With that being said, got a little something different. Not too much different, but as much as from a different spot that I've never bought from. Anybody who buys hats and is collecting or just, pretty much watching on social media for all the new drops. Recently, there was a drop from Undefeated. Now, if you know Undefeated, they're more known for their shoes and like having the boutique type of gear, you know what I'm saying? More, I guess you could call it high end like them. Is Undefeated, Feature, more of those type of places where they do the clothes with the kicks and all that type of thing. Well, every once in a while, which is much known as Defeated, they like to do collabs every now and again. And it just so happened they did a collab with a couple of hats. You know what I'm saying? To, I think 30 to be exact, with New Era. And kind of sparked my interest because at first glance, most people would say they're, pretty much just regular hats and they threw their logo on them and everything. But technically, that's the niche of, being high-end boutique. You don't really do too many crazy things. You just pretty much take that product, slap a couple of your logos on there and just trying to, turn it out, make it look a little different, make it look a little special, and make it look unique to your particular brand. And that's what they did. They released about 30 MLB hats. And of course, I don't really shop Undefeated like that. I bought a couple of kicks from them here and there because the closest Undefeated store to me, they do have one in Los Angeles, but I always seem to, well, you always know me, I'm always in Vegas. So I'm always pretty much like stopping by that store the store that they have in Vegas. So pretty much what I did, I didn't get these from the Vegas store, but I did order these online. And I actually ordered two hats. I ordered one of the hats that dropped in. I wasn't really familiar with them having a lot of fitteds like that. And it turned out they had a couple things on hand. I'm pretty sure the other one I got had been online already for a while. So, I only had slim pickings with that, but I'm always down to try something a little bit different, especially from a different spot, just to see, the quality, how they looking, how good are they doing their little collabs and everything. So that brings us here. I got a pickup from one of the recent Undefeated MLB collab drops, and then I picked up one of their own drops, one of their own actual New Era creators from actual Undefeated itself. So we got two pickups in the box. We're going to do our thing. We're going to bust them open. Y'all going to let me know how you feel about them, and I'm going to show you how I feel about them, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to get right into it. Got to hit y'all with the good intro, you know what I'm saying? A little something, behind the scenes while I get ready, and we're going to bust them open. So it's your boy. Sit back. We're going to get into it. We got Undefeated in the building. We're going to bust them open, and we're going to do our thing. You already know how we do here, so let's get it.
Yeah. Let's go.
So like I said, man, we're going to jump right into them because I'm really... like I said, I've never got anything from them, so I really want to see how these is coming in hand. Let me know if y'all ever bought something from Undefeated. Like I said, outside of a couple of pair of kicks, I've never really bought anything else from them. Because let's be honest, like the clothes they have really aren't my niche. So you know what I'm saying? So they're usually my go-to, like I said, pretty much just for kicks. And now knowing that they're dabbling in the hat game like that, I'm probably going to have to start scoping them out, putting them on the list and checking things out. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's get into the first one. I see we got a couple of stickers right here, or basically just one sticker. It says, "On your feet, kid, Undefeated." You know what I mean? Because like I said, they really are more so known for, slanging kicks and whatnot. And the first one here I got, like I said, just something a little different just to have for the collection. This one here, you never can go wrong when you have a hat with a picture of a hat on it. I've talked about that before because I've had hats like that. But this one is just basically your basic black crown new era fitted with basically another hat with the Undefeated logo on it, just like a mini cartoonish animated like hat on there with the 5 strikes with the Undefeated logo on there. As you see, have their Undefeated tag on there. It comes with it. Just says undefeated.com. It's a hard tag, almost like a piece of cardboard. And like I said, it's a black crown. And I love the fact that they didn't go with a tonal. They went with the blue on there to make it stand out. And on the backside, of course, it's not going to be a Batman or anything like that because it's not a baseball hat. So They put Undefeated on the back of that. I really like that. That makes it dope for people. I mean, sometimes I turn my hat to the back, not majority of the time, but it's good they give you something to look at that's actually on the back of it, so it's not really doing too much. And like I said, being a kind of a higher end type of deal with that kind of store, you know, Undefeated is a type of thing, especially, you know what I'm saying, in the hood, you know what I'm saying, the urban areas. I mean, it goes a long way because, like I said, they do a lot of things, especially when it goes to their kicks releases. So I think it was pretty dope, and I'm glad they didn't go anything crazy. They went with the classic green under visor, you know what I mean? Got the black guts under there, so, you know, they didn't step way out. And I did notice, like, and one thing I like that they did, like I said, being a higher end brand, they did put their own little tag on the inside to let you know it is registered Undefeated wear. Los Angeles, California. It says 2002. So you got all the little insights on there. So I'm glad they went the little extra mile on there because it's easy to just slap Undefeated on everything. But just to put the extra tag, because you already got the new era and everything in there, but just to put the extra tag in there to let you know it is an Undefeated label. And most higher end labels, when they do collabs, do that. I.e. like with your Fear of Gods and even with your, when it came to the Offset release, when he released all his hats, he put like his label in there and all his little, you know, everything to let you know that it was an actually collab brand, not just a hat that was just done. They put their brand inside of the hat to let you know that it is something that they did put their stamp on. So I thought that was pretty dope, you know, that they put that in there, you know what I mean, just to let you know, just looking at it. And like I said, just a basic cap, you know what I mean? This is just something I just also saw on the site. Just wanted to, you know, just grab something else off of there just to have something from them. And this one, I can see this one getting a lot of run because, as you see, it's not really doing too much. It's just your basic black hat with the little cartoon animation of a mini Undefeated hat on there. And then, like I said, you got your black Undefeated on the back. So this can go with a lot of things, you know what I mean? Because it's not really doing too much and out of context, you know, trying to match it up hard. You really don't have to because you got your black crown, your green under, and then just a little bit extra to let you know that it came from Undefeated, so it's not really doing too much. So that's pretty dope, you know what I'm saying? So it can go with a lot of different things. You can play around with it a lot, you know what I mean, and make sure you get wear out of it. I believe this wasn't that much. I want to say this was like maybe 40, 45 bucks if I'm not mistaken. So actually a good deal on the hat too. Actually not paying too much because we've seen how hats been going lately, you know, with the colored unders, patches and everything. This is just something nice, little basic. If you want to say you have something from Undefeated, no side patch, nothing like that. Just a nice little content hat you can throw on that to go with a lot of things. You really can't beat that. And now with the recent more release that came out, me personally, I chose a hat that I really don't have a lot of team-wise. That's what made me want to go with it, to make it stand out, plus being a collab with them. So me personally, I went with the, thought it was something out of place. But I went with the Cleveland Indians. And as you see, again, you got your Undefeated tag on there with your undefeated.com on the back. And again, just like with the other hat, you got a nice regular hat. They just stepped out a little bit. Gave you the little, I want to say, what do we call it, the little vinyl side patch. You got your threading all around it, but the patch is, if you can hear that, this is not a sewn in patch. It's the American League patch, but it's kind of like the regular, like I guess you could say vinyl, or just like an actual side patch. It's like an actual patch. It's not embroidered on. Then you got the back of there. You do got the Batterman on this one, and it's not a indented Batterman, a flat Batterman. This is an actual regular, like it would be like for an on-field hat. Then, like I said, you got your 5 strikes on the back, you know, to let you know it is an Undefeated cap. Then above the New Era flag, you got the white New Era flag, and then you got the UND for the Undefeated logo. I mean, it's a nice touch. I mean, again, you want it to be like not too much of a regular on-field hat, because since it is their collaboration, they pretty much stamped all the hats the same. With the UND above the New Era flag, you got the 5 strikes above the MLB patch, and then they're going to have just whatever division they came from on the side as far as the patch. And then, of course, you're going to have your basic team logo. So at the end of the day, if you want to call it that, they're basically on-field team hats, like to a certain degree, with just a hint of a side patch and then them just tacking their logo pretty much on the hat. Does it make for a nice hat? Me personally, yes. I mean, I get what they're trying to do here. Like I said, it is a collaboration. So I get one thing that was a smart move they did. they didn't go too crazy because they did put the green under on here. So what they did, they made it a regular hat, but then with an updated style for people who don't like wearing hats that are too crazy with the unders and all of that type of thing. So I definitely get what they did. They made it to where, I guess in so many words, like they gave it a little style, but then they kept it regular for the people who just, they're still into their regular on-field hats. So I definitely get that. It makes sense, you know what I mean? Without doing too much of the extra, they gave you a little undefeated here. They gave it a little 5-stripe on the back. And then for most people who don't like too many crazy patches, they just really pretty much gave you the divisional patches, which is this one is the American, and I'm pretty sure on the other ones will be the national. You know what I mean? And then they just gave you the hat. You know what I mean? Got a nice little white inside. And again, you got the Undefeated brand tag right there. So it makes sense. So, I mean, I get what they did, and it was a nice plan for what they did because they actually gave you just kind of an on-field hat with a little, if you want to say in so many words, a more hip and up-to-date remake. You know what I mean? So you got your regular hat. If you're not into doing too much, nice little patch to complement it. Then you just got their critiques on it with their Legos. Now me with the logo, with the 5-stripe, then the UND, I'm not mad at that. I like how it came out. I like how it looked because, like I said, it goes the extra mile to just let you know that it is their collaboration again with their tag on the inside. So they pretty much did their thing with it. I mean, me personally, I like it because it's a hat that generally I can wear pretty much however I want to because it's a basic hat. It's not doing too much. You don't have to worry about the color and under or things like that. Of course, the tag will come off because, this ain't the early 90s where you rock your hats with your tags on them. So don't worry. Unlike the stickers will stay on, but the tag will definitely come off. So, but am I feeling it? They're not bad. I mean, if they have more on the site, and I believe the last time I checked there, a lot of these were still sitting with a lot of sizes. Some did sell out. Some certain teams sold out. Like, I don't think there's in Atlanta. I mean, the more, of course, popular hats did sell out quick, you know what I mean? And I definitely get it because it's a nice hat. If you're not, with the different colors and the color changing and you just want a regular hat that looks good from a brand that you like, then they definitely hit it out the park 10 out of 10 with these. You know what I'm saying? Personally, looking at this one, I was thinking, depending on how I look, would I get another one? I would definitely, if I definitely want to get another simpler hat, like say a White Sox or something, like where you just like the plainness of the hat, and then you still want to have the collaboration with it with the undefeated things on there. Definitely, I would probably pick up another 2, you know what I'm saying, to go with this one. So, it's not a bad deal. Let me know what you think about them, if you did grab some or you were skeptical of them. But for me, these are definitely a go. I probably will go on there and check and grab a couple of more. As you see with the sticker on there, the price in there going for $50. So really today in this hat game, it's really not bad because we've seen some sites start going up. I've been seeing people, different comments on social media. You got hats now going for like 60, 65 without shipping out the door. You're looking at almost $70. So a nice regular hat with a couple of critiques on it going for $50. It's not bad at all, man. So they definitely get a pass from your boy. I'm feeling it. Would I go back and buy a couple more? More than likely, I probably am. Just to see if I can get a couple other teams. I think I saw Chicago was still on there. I think the Angels are still on there. So I'll probably get a couple of more teams just in different colorways with, you know what I mean, the whole collaboration thing to make it look, a little more, little extra kick on the hat, if I may say, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, they definitely a go for me, so I'll probably be picking up a couple more. Just be on the lookout for that video. With that being said, that's all I got for y'all. 2 quick joints, hit y'all with the recap from Undefeated. Got your regular basic Undefeated with your basic animated kind of cap, I'll say, on the front. Your detail Undefeated logo on the back. Got your green under on that. You got your newer release. I believe this been out since like Saturday, I want to say, since last Saturday. I went with the Cleveland Indians joint. Got your American League patch on the side. Like I said, this is not embroidered. It's one of those minor ones with the stitching around it. You got your Undefeated UDN over the flag. You got your 5-stripe above the MLB logo. And like I said, this one had the white guts under it. This one had the black. They both got the Haley green unders. that's what I got for y'all, man. Give me in the comments. Now, these, I really want to know how y'all feeling about them. You think they too plain? You think they a little bit too much because they're plain, because they're going for 50? But, you know, with collaborations, you're going to get that. Just like with the Fear guys going for 60 or 70, whatever they're going for. So I get it. You're going to pay a little extra for the name, man. You know, that's just the game. So, like I said, I'm going to get up out of here. That's all I got for y'all. Quick undefeated joints from the site. Some of those newer releases are still sitting up on there, man. They even got a couple of 8s, you know, from big head people like your boy, you know what I'm saying? They still got a couple of 8s, and hey, they definitely a go. You know, you would see the look on my face if they was like, eh. But they, you know, hey, I might pick me up 2 more. So, like I said, I'm going to get up out of here, man. It's your boy. I appreciate y'all watching. Like, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff. And even if you don't, hey, man, I just appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. So I'm going to get with y'all in the comments. Let me know if y'all pick something up from the site, or let me know what y'all do pick up from the site. Like I said, they do got kicks there. They are known for a lot of different things, clothes, gear, and all of that stuff. So I'm going to wait to hear from y'all in the comments. Other than that, man, I'm going to get up out of here, and I'm going to see y'all on the next one, because you always know it's the next one, man. So it's your boy. I'm gone. I'm up out of here, man.